in terms of your like music fandom, like when the whole SoundCloud rap shit was coming out, was that something that you were paying attention to? Because obviously like a huge part of those artists were coming out of Florida. Like were you listening to X and all these guys as they were coming out?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't. Only one I was really listening to is like Kodak, but that was after Lil Boosie, Gucci Man, and Lil Wayne and artists like them and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Kodak was young.
Yeah.
Like, he's a couple, like probably like a year or two older than me.
I used to always say that like at that time in Florida, it was kind of like the X side of things and the Kodak side of things, and it was like different worlds of rap in Florida at that time.
But like I didn't really listen to X. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really listen to him until like when he passed, you know what I'm saying? And then I went back and heard some of his shit, like I fuck with some of his shit, but it wasn't like really my lane. Like some of the shit was kind of different.
You ever met Kodak?
Yeah, I met him.
How was that?
I ended up taking a picture with him on my birthday when I was like 16, I want to say.
Oh, really?
I was turning 16.
That's dope.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I had met him at our mall inside Orlando. He had a show down there that night.
Right.
I wasn't old enough to go, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's crazy. I ran into him at the mall.
How would you describe his impact on Florida rap or just like the culture out there in general? Because he's like pretty much the longest standing like big artist out of Florida.
I ain't gonna lie, Kodak kind of like, he made the way. I ain't gonna lie, he made all young dudes, you know what I'm saying, feel like they can have a shot at it, especially me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
from that state, there wasn't like a lot of young dudes. And really Kodak was like one of the first rappers to pop off the internet as a street rapper with no cosign.
Exactly.
He did not have like a future saying like, oh, this is my new artist.
Yeah, type shit, you know what I'm saying? So as me seeing that, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I knew I could rap too. I'm like, boy, I could probably be in that position one day. And then I have so many people in my ear like, man, go for it. You know what I'm saying? So that was big what, like, you know, Kodak, at that time, it was nobody really in the game like that young, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't listened to Lil Wayne, because Lil Wayne came in when he was like 17, 18, right? Like when he was young and shit.
Oh, man, I was listening to Lil Wayne when he was like 14, but I was a fucking little kid by then. Like, he has had so many careers, really, like, over and over. Like, he's like a different artist many different times.
You said 14, I ain't even know about.
I'm telling you, I found, like, because I was in high school and I seen a Wu-Tang CD in the computer lab, and I loved Wu-Tang at the time. I pick it up, and there's a Lil Wayne CD, and I'm like, that dude? I'm like, fuck, I guess I got to listen to it, you know? And I was like, wow, that's good.
So yeah, when Kodak came out, that shit was big.
100%. Okay, so do you feel like having lost so many people with your music and stuff, does that make it more and more important that your music is speaking on behalf of all the people that you lost? Is that something that's going through your head at times when you're making music?
Yeah, all the time. I ain't gonna lie, I got a lot of little, like, you know what I'm saying, pain records, because everybody know I can talk some street shit, talk about doing this and that, but I try to, like, I be trying to sing a little bit now and shit like that, like express the way, like how I'm feeling inside and shit. Like, that's why I make all my music like to where I can make them feel me, you know what I'm saying? I always want the listener to always like see where I'm coming from, you know what I'm saying? Like, always be like, damn, this some deep shit. Like, he talking this shit, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Cause I can rap, I can just get on any beat and just do that. But I done already over, like, you know what I'm saying? Done did that already, so I'm in a different lane now. Like, yeah, I try all kind of shit when I'm rapping though, you know what I'm saying? Like, my shit gonna be real. I ain't gonna never just like, I can't rap somebody else's lifestyle. I always try to, like, people who like new listeners, like the ones that already know what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? I always like try to like grab the listener to, like, you know what I'm saying? They could be like, damn, this is what he's doing, like this is him, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no fake shit, it's real deal. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of shit I be on.
Definitely. I'm sure you're not like a totally impartial observer to all this shit, but how do you feel about all the craziness that's been going on in Jacksonville and stuff with some of these wild ass diss songs? Crazy shit. I'm on the internet just watching videos about this shit like it's a fucking soap opera. How do you feel about it?
That shit be funny. I ain't gonna lie. I don't speak about, you know, like the dead and shit. I don't be getting that. I don't understand that part. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no like involvement into that, why the fuck you know what I'm saying? I'm not big on that, but that's them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really too much have a say-so on about how people do shit and how they be going on, but I know what I'm on, you know what I'm saying? So I don't be on that. It's great, I guess, but I mean, I just don't fuck with it. It ain't in my lane.
So you don't like to carry out your beef super literal on music?
I mean, I I done addressed like a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying, that I be going through. I got a song called Address It.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was like on some, like, I don't consider those songs as disses, because I ain't saying just anything. I'm speaking some real shit. Like, I'm addressing a situation about this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you how it is. I ain't just saying I'm smoking this person, smoking that person. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to me, it's like, you know, I can appreciate that. I understand that people have real issues with each other that aren't going to go away anytime soon. But at the same time, like, it's hard for me as an adult to be hearing about people talking about smoking 15-year-old kids and shit, bro. It's just so demonic, and it's so hard for me to, like, even if I understand the appeal, it's just like, bro, can we just not do this? Can we be a little better than that?
Yeah, I mean, shit's crazy, bro. I don't get it.
What happened to that incident in the mall that I saw this crazy ass video of you and the rapper K-Su, who recently went viral because he caught a body with his pops or whatever?
Yeah, that was bullshit. I mean, I never met dude, so I don't know where that came from. You know
Really?
what I mean?
You didn't even know anything about him when that happened?
Nah, I don't even know, dude. Like, we never, that was our first time ever seeing each other, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't really too much. That shit was bullshit. That's all I can say. I mean, hey.
It was weird because in the video, you almost hear the cops kind of like saying that you handled it right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then I was on probation at the time. Like, niggas be trying to crash and do stupid shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got my dad still in my life, so he gave me the, you know what I'm saying, the rundown about shit. Like, he been there every step, so I know right from wrong, you know what I'm saying? So I'm smarter than a lot of niggas, you know what I'm saying? I ain't dumb, I ain't just, like, he was like, niggas be ignorant. I wasn't on that bullshit what was going on. But I, like, you know what I'm saying, a nigga ain't finna just try to make it seem like I'm pussy or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's respect due to a dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta respect a nigga, because I'm always, you know what I'm saying, like, I ain't gonna underestimate nobody, and that's what that kind of probably what it was, you know what I'm saying?
But you can't just let somebody else put you in, but there's a lot of people who say that you should, but I think, like, you can't just let somebody else put you into a position where you're gonna commit a felony in a mall on camera.
Exactly.
It's like you can't just let somebody ruin your life for you.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause matter of fact, I was talking to with Ross. He said some crazy shit. He was like, "Don't let a $1,500 nigga, you know what I'm saying, ruin everything for you." You know what I'm saying? I took it. I'm like, damn, that's some shit he said.
Because think about how much smoke Ross is probably like. Basically, not even like pussied out of, but just basically ignored or just sort of like let somebody else handle it or whatever. Like, to be successful for 20 years, you're gonna have to do that at some point.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure, definitely. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. I think like that. Not a lot of like younger kids, younger cats like my age think like that. They just gonna be on some shit like, oh, they gotta prove a point. I never had to prove a point by nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just me. So that's why.
Definitely. And I mean, it sounds like you've basically had a lot of different close calls where it's pretty easy for you to imagine what it would be like, you know, not getting out of prison until you're 30.
Yeah, I mean, I could have been on that timing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be rough, you know what I'm saying? Like, done did all kind of shit, but now I got a little girl and shit too, so it's my first child and shit, so I be on some grown man shit. I'm only 21, but I feel like I've been growing since I was 15, you know what I'm saying? So I be ahead of shit already.
The kid will make you think about shit different, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Like my little girl, I gotta be there for her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like if I'm not around, I'm really fucking up now.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
How old is your kid?
She's 2. She turned 2 in December.
Of course, I hear I'm 37 interviewing a 21-year-old and his kid's a year and a half older than mine.
Oh, shit.
I just had my first one too, so
for
I'm
real?
all geeked up even though I waited my whole fucking life to have one.
Man, that's amazing. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so so how did you end up in the studio with Ross and what was that experience like?
The minor label that I'm signed to, Chameleon, Breon Prescott, you know what I'm saying? Like, he fuck with people like Ross and, like, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of pull in the game, you know what I'm saying? So he ended up having Ross pull up to come, like, listen to some music and shit. We ended up doing a song together, you know what I'm saying? So he was fucking with me that hard. He was like, yeah, this little nigga Raw, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with him. We ended up doing a song and shit like that. And then also Jack Harlow was in the studio too, but he was in a session like across the like house. Like, I was in a different part of the house, you know what I'm saying? Like recording in the studio. He was there, but he been there, you know what I'm saying? But I had done talked to him that night when Ross came. Like, we was there all week together, but we never said nothing until Ross came, because he was doing this shit, I was doing my shit, you know what I'm saying? So they ended up coming back there, and like, you know what I'm saying? Ross came through, we was chilling and shit. I played a couple of songs for him. He was fucking with it, and then he had ended up getting onto one of my tracks, you know what I'm saying? He sent the verse back the next morning.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, that's what's up.
Did Rick Ross roll up like a king? Kind of just imagine him like entering with like there's music playing and they like roll out a carpet for him and shit. No?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. He came in
Florida. I just feel like that's how Rick Ross is moving.
Yeah, he ain't gonna lie. He didn't even come with an entourage. I think it was just him and like 2 other dudes. You know what I'm saying? They came in on some cool shit. You know what I'm saying? We was in there. They popping bottles and shit though. It made it look like a movie. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope.
Respect for that, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.